Voters back here at home in Weber County had to deal with some confusion today as the number of polling places dropped from 6 to just 1.
That created some issues for folks who had to travel a ways to vote. Fox 13's Brian Schnee joins us now from Union Station in Ogden. And Brian, how did that affect turnout up there?
Well, initially it was low in-person voter turnout back in November. They gave the county the idea to try something like this. And as you can imagine, not everybody is happy about the idea of having one single polling location. But if successful, it could pave the way for future voting in the state of Utah.
We have tallied at least 200 people that have showed up at libraries looking to vote in person.
Those potential voters throughout Weber County had to then make a choice.
I can say personally that I've chatted with folks, in Huntsville, from Eden, folks who showed up at their local library in Ogden Valley and thought that they were going to be able to vote, but then realized that they would have to drive down to Union Station and told me that they weren't going to be able to vote.
The American Civil Liberties Union had volunteers at libraries throughout the county, not just speaking with potential voters, but trying to point them in the right direction.
We don't want people to be ultimately disenfranchised because they live too far away to get to the polling location.
From 6 polling locations scattered about the county in November down to just 1, Union Station in downtown Ogden. So why the change to just have one place to cast your vote in person?
It gives us the ability to pump those resources into it to make it efficient and easy.
We'll wait and see how that impacts us. Last year it was actually 2.5% of people who voted in person, which was part of the reason that we stepped back and said, is this really the best use of resources?
Voters in Weber County had plenty of options to cast their vote by mail, which is a first for the county in a presidential primary, or at one of the 21 drop boxes spread across the county.
It's a pilot. We're going to see how it works out. We'll reevaluate it. We'll look at the numbers.
Well, let's talk about some of those numbers. About 35,000 people unofficially casting their vote in Weber County. About 3,100 casting their vote in person here at Union Station today. So that's about 9, maybe close to 10%. So where will this go in the future? Well, election officials want to, of course, look at those numbers, but also talk to volunteers and hear from residents to see if this is something they will do again in future elections. Live in Ogden tonight, Brian Schnee, Fox 13 News, Utah.